Alright guys, welcome back to Fog Racing and it's here. It's the Imola qualifying recap, bitches. Yeah, this was a pretty decent. I didn't catch it live, working, gotta work. I'm not a DLA scrounger. But came back, watched it, did skip through it a bit. And it was a pretty entertaining. I mean, I think the most surreal part about this, obviously, it's been 14 years. I mean, there's been a few points here I'll take. The cars look really massive here, like really massive here. Like they didn't look that big at the Nürburgring ring because that is a bit obviously that's wider. But there's some parts here at this track. It's like how the fuck is this? Look, like parts look like a karting track almost. Like just before you start the final sector. I mean, I'm not familiar with all the corner names. I haven't been here in 14 years, and when we were, I was about 6. I mean, I can remember watching them, like, but I mean, in terms of corner names, Big Stevie's not going to remember corner names. Maybe Son of Scotland would remember the corner names, guys. But and another thing, it's like it seemed like the run to the chicane on like the old well, I say the old layout. It's just took out the final wee chicane bit, but it seems like that is a lot shorter now. Like I don't know, it just seemed to be a lot longer when they added a chicane. Maybe you could argue, well, you're breaking into the chicane, and obviously it's going to take longer to navigate that. But I don't know, man. They just did this to improve overtaking, obviously. Well, I think that's the only reason. I mean, like, come on. Like, you look at Portimao, you look at here. If the circuit de Barcelona doesn't take out that final chicane, man, we're going to have problems. Alright? That's all I'm going to say in that matter. But anyway, guys, let's get into the classification. So, starting off, though, in Q1, it was the Mercedes show. I mean, it's depressing, but, like, I mean, I get both sides of the argument. Like, oh, F1's pish because Mercedes are dominant, and you get other people like, oh, well, it's not their fault. Everyone else is pish. I get that, right? I get both sides to that, right? Like, I would say I'm in the middle. It is pish. To me, F1 as much as good as you are, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. See what Hamilton has he been tested all these years in Mercedes? Not really. Let's be real. I mean, because well, I say let's be real, right? But look at these years with Bottas, like last year and this year. I mean, there's been no title fight. The guy's fucking pish. 2018 and 17, Vettel bottled it, and he's just not that good. And then against Rosberg, it was definitely his hardest in the past couple of years. I mean, because one, he lost an actual title in 2014 was hard. In 2015, Rosberg was a wee bit off it. Reliability won in there, but yeah, they both had reliability problems over those 3 years. So yeah, I get why people say that, but it was a Mercedes 1-2 here. That was to be expected. But to be expected, it was probably everyone thinking Lewis Hamilton, but it turns out it's no Lewis Hamilton, and it is the big man, Valtteri Bottas. So he got the job done. But in terms of who went out in Q1, it was Grosjean, Magnussen, Raikkonen, Latifi, and Giovinazzi. Aye, man, I was expecting Alpha to go well this weekend. I don't know. I mean, well, to be fair, loads of people were getting their lap times delayed. That's why a few people are out. Moving into like Q2 here, that is why Lance Stroll's so low down. But then again, he's not really that good. So, and the Racing Point doesn't look that good. I mean, 11th and 15th, that is not good for the car that's supposedly third fastest. But it's definitely outdated because they haven't really been bringing up. I know they brought an upgrade in Mugello, but it is essentially Mercedes last year car, and that is now getting older and older. And you gotta feel fear for Racing Point, in my opinion. What's it going to look like next year when they're still rocking up with 2019 Mercedes 2 seasons later? I don't know how that is going to affect them. Sebastian Vettel, shite for him. Ocon, not good from him. Perez, I mean, like I said, I think Racing Point weren't really that good. But moving into the top 10 shootout, I mean, the star performers in here for me would be, well, Bottas beat his teammate, so we'll give him a wee star. Why not, man? Because it's not every day he beats Hamilton. Gasly, great, man. Who else? There's not really many other stars. I mean, Ricardo's did a decent job there. And to be honest, I'll say Albon did a good job. No, I won't. I mean, compared to recent races, it seems like he's did a half no bad job because he's only 4 tenths off Max. But let's be real, man. That guy should be the four. See that season, right? He should be qualifying fourth every race. There's no excuse not to, you know. But it is what it is, guys. Albon's shite. Charles Leclerc down in 7th. I was not Ferrari not looking as good. as I thought this weekend. Kvyat doing a decent job in it, so good job for AlphaTauri. McLaren's not looking the quickest, and yeah, Merc in a league of their own, especially around a track it is not that big, man. But anyway, the race is looking decent tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a fight up front, and then we can get a fight for the final podium position if Max bottles it. But I hope Max fucking gets stuck into the Mercedes, and he's on the same tyre, so there will be nothing of what happened in Portimao where, oh well, they're on different tyres, so we're going to get shafted. So yeah, guys, that'll do it for the quality recap. Leave your thoughts down below. But until next time, peace.